Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You have a huge, important deadline looming. You know you need to start, you want to start, but instead you find yourself organizing your sock drawer, deep cleaning the fridge, or suddenly becoming an expert on the migratory patterns of Arctic terns. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow comes, and the cycle repeats. You're not lazy, you're not unmotivated. So what is going on? Well, the answer might surprise you. Today we're diving deep into the hidden psychological reason you keep procrastinating, and it has very little to do with time management. So, let's get one thing straight right away. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. Think about it. When you face a task you're putting off, what feelings bubble up? Is it boredom? Maybe anxiety about not doing a good job, frustration because the task is difficult or confusing, or maybe it's resentment because it's something you don't want to do. These negative feelings are the real culprits. Procrastination is our brain's coping mechanism to avoid discomfort. When you put off that task, you get an immediate, temporary sense of relief. That difficult feeling goes away. For a little while. Your brain learns that avoiding the task equals feeling better, and it creates a powerful, addictive loop. The problem is, this relief is a short-term fix for a long-term problem, and it usually leads to more stress, guilt, and anxiety down the line. It's a classic case of present you making a decision that future you will definitely regret. This emotional avoidance is rooted deep in our psychology. Psychologists call this affect regulation. We're trying to regulate or manage our negative moods. The task itself becomes a trigger. Your brain associates that project with feelings of stress or potential failure. So, what does it do? It seeks a mood booster. Suddenly, watching one more cat video or scrolling through social media feels incredibly compelling. It's an instant dopamine hit that distracts you from the discomfort. Dr. Tim Cycle, a leading researcher on procrastination, explains that this is a battle between two parts of our brain: the limbic system, which is our emotional, pleasure-seeking part, and the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and long-term goals. When you procrastinate, your limbic system is winning the fight, screaming, "I want to feel good right now," while your prefrontal cortex is being sidelined. Recognizing this internal conflict is the first major step toward breaking the cycle. So, what can we actually do about it? If traditional time management hacks like the Pomodoro technique or making to-do lists aren't cutting it, it's because they don't address the root emotional cause. The key is not to force yourself to just do it, but to manage the negative emotions associated with the task. The first strategy is to simply acknowledge the feeling without judgment. Instead of saying, "I'm so lazy for not wanting to do this," try saying, "Okay, I'm feeling anxious about this project, and that's why I want to avoid it." This simple act of naming the emotion can reduce its power over you. It creates a space between the feeling and your reaction. You are not your anxiety. You are a person experiencing anxiety. This is a core principle of mindfulness. Once you've identified the feeling, you can ask yourself, what's the very next smallest step I can take, even though I feel this way? This leads us to the second incredibly powerful strategy. Shrink the task until it's ridiculously small. The anxiety you feel often comes from the sheer size or vagueness of the goal. Write a 10-page report sounds terrifying, but what about open a new document and write a title? That's it. That's the goal. It's so small that your brain has little reason to resist it. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, calls this the 2-minute rule. The idea is to make the starting point of any task take less than 2 minutes. Want to go to the gym? Just put on your workout clothes. Want to write a book? Write one sentence. By making the entry point so easy, you bypass the emotional barrier. Often, just starting is the hardest part. Once you've opened that document and written a title, you might just find yourself writing the first paragraph. You build momentum, and the initial fear starts to fade. A third strategy is to practice self-compassion. This might sound counterintuitive. Many of us believe that being hard on ourselves is the key to motivation. We think that if we berate ourselves for procrastinating, we'll snap out of it. But research shows the exact opposite is true. Self-criticism just adds another layer of negative emotions, guilt, and shame, to the pile, making the task even more aversive and increasing the likelihood of future procrastination. It reinforces the idea that the task is linked to feeling bad. Instead, try treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend who is struggling. Acknowledge that it's tough, that it's normal to feel this way, and that it doesn't make you a bad person. Studies have shown that students who practice self-compassion after procrastinating on an exam were actually less likely to procrastinate on the next one. Forgiveness, not guilt, is what breaks the cycle. Let's combine these ideas into a practical action plan. The next time you find yourself procrastinating, stop. Take a breath. First, identify the emotion. Are you bored, anxious, overwhelmed? Say it out loud. I'm feeling overwhelmed by this. Second, practice self-compassion. Tell yourself, it's okay to feel this way. This is a big task, and it's normal to feel overwhelmed. Third, use the 2-minute rule. Ask, what is the absolute smallest step I can take right now? Maybe it's just gathering your research materials. Maybe it's just writing the subject line of an email. Commit to doing just that tiny action. And finally, think about your future self. Make a deal with yourself. Future me will be so grateful and less stressed if I just do these 2 minutes of work now. By doing this, you're not just trying to be more productive. You're actively rewiring your brain's response to difficult tasks. You're teaching it that you can handle discomfort and that moving forward, even a tiny bit, feels better in the long run than avoidance. It's also crucial to manage your environment and your energy. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that fights procrastination, works best when you're well-rested and not distracted. Trying to tackle a difficult task when you're tired, hungry, or surrounded by notifications on your phone is like trying to run a marathon with your shoes tied together. You're setting yourself up for failure. Make it easier for your good brain to win. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary tabs on your browser. Work in short, focused bursts when your energy is at its peak. For many people, that's in the morning. By creating a distraction-free environment and working with your natural energy cycles, you reduce the number of decisions your brain has to make and conserve that precious willpower for the task at hand. You're making the path of least resistance lead to productivity, not procrastination. Ultimately, understanding procrastination as an emotional issue is a game changer. It shifts the focus from "what's wrong with me" to "what am I feeling and how can I manage it?" It's a more compassionate and effective approach. It's not about finding the perfect productivity app or the ultimate life hack. It's about developing emotional intelligence and resilience. It's about learning to sit with discomfort for a moment, knowing that the feeling will pass, and taking one small step forward anyway. Each time you do this, you weaken the procrastination habit and strengthen a new one, the habit of courageous action. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling difficult feelings and doing hard things. And that is a skill that will serve you not just in your work, but in every area of your life. So, the next time you feel the urge to alphabetize your spice rack instead of filing your taxes, I want you to remember this conversation. Pause. Acknowledge the feeling. Be kind to yourself. And then, just open the folder. Just write one sentence. Just take that first, tiny, ridiculously small step. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this sheds some new light on a struggle we all face. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss our future content. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one task you've been putting off, and what's the smallest step you can take today? Let's support each other. Until next time, take care.